Hi, this is Meg McCarthy from CherryPicks at the Athleta store in Park City on Main Street for the 2023 Sundance Film Festival with the super talented director and writer of The Pod Generation, Sophie. How are you, Sophie?
Good, really good.
Thank you so much for being here and taking the time to chat with us today. And also a big thanks for creating a space to ask important questions about pregnancy that are not usually discussed, and I think we'll create a lot of conversation from this film, which I'm really excited about. Upon reflecting on my own pregnancy journey, I've thought a lot about how the cultural question becomes less of should one or does one want to get pregnant, but rather how and when one will get pregnant. Can you talk about exploring these deep complexities of pregnancy that people are faced with today by setting it in a little bit of the future where, your boundaries of technology and nature are almost indistinguishable?
Wow, you really got the movie.
Oh, good.
It's the most complex question I've ever heard since I arrived. Actually, that was exactly the purpose of the film. It was to look at how women, in a way, are always pressured around motherhood and pregnancy. So whatever we do, I feel there's always this dark cloud of like either from family or work, the workplace, or from the society or the culture. It's always like if you already had a child, everyone wants to know if you're going to have the second one. Yep. If you had a second one, are you going to have the third one? And if you don't want any, you have also this. It's very intense. And part of the movie was also influenced by articles I read about a lot of companies in the Silicon Valley or like big corporation helping women to freeze their eggs. So they would give like $10,000 to help them freeze the eggs. And I was questioning, is this really a way to support women, to tell them, if you want to stay competitive in the workplace, then just freeze your eggs now and have your babies in 10 years when you're really tired at age 50. And I thought, compared to the Scandinavian countries where they say, have your children, we're here to support you as a society, as a company, and take your maternity leave and you can come back and you'll have your position. So I felt like there is this intensity in America around work and how women are pressured to have a child at a time that the companies think it's relevant. But maybe it's not relevant to the life of those women. Maybe it's easier actually to have a child in your 30s than at age 40 or 50. So this for me really was a question about, is this feminism or is this disguised feminism to get more productivity from your workers? You know? So that was like a big influence for the film.
Yeah, that's beautifully said. I can relate to that so much. I feel like we try to compartmentalize these things when really that's not life. And
there's never a good moment.
No.
I mean, the answer is like having a child is a disruptive thing, but it's not a disease. And I feel in the US, pregnancy is seen as a minor disease that you have to get rid of. So that's why in the film there are those things like solving childbirth, as if it was something to solve, as if it was a problem. But we're made to have children. We're mammals. You know, our biology is made. But so I'm not saying every woman should be pregnant. Of course, this is not at all what I'm saying. But if you want to do it, you should have support from the society around you.
Absolutely. And like I said, I think this film is going to open up so many conversations and hopefully help people to reflect on their own experiences, and also those, I don't know, we hope that those big companies maybe can also learn a lesson or two. The film centers on the pregnancy journey of partners, Rachel and Alvi. How did you work with your two lovely stars to find that beautiful balance between kind of satire and a deep, emotional, grounded truth?
Yeah, this was really the most important thing for me in the film, is to find the tonality, because I'm convinced that in a day we go through tears and laughter. I don't think if you do a pure comedy, it's not a reflection of the human experience, how we experience it every day. We go through all those up and downs. And I wanted the movie to have this kind of feeling that, you could be elated and joyful, and at the same time, there is some sort of melancholia in our daily life. And I was so with Chiwetel and Emilia, we were really talking about tone a lot. In terms of performance, they're such accomplished actors that they would know what they wanted to do. They kind of nailed it. But it was more about the tonality. Like, do we go more goofy or more slapstick at time, more in the Woody Allen realm, or do we go? And then for the dreams, like it was mainly Emilia and the dreams, but like internalizing the emotions and she's very good at like, not showing any emotions in those scenes. It's very internalized in terms of emotion. But then she's also very goofy and almost Charlie Chaplin-esque in the beginning of the film when she works for the corporation, and she's very ambivalent. What was difficult with her character is like the character is ambivalent and is not sure what she wants because she's under the pressure of her company, and she's conforming and trying to be a pleaser. So when you try to please people, you're not listening to what you really want. And as the film goes, she learns to listen to her instincts. So you could call it the subconscious that comes with the dreams, or the gut. Like there's something in her that wakes up and tells her, you've been not doing what you wanted to do. Really, in reality, she would have wanted to be pregnant, but she was fearful that this was not maybe the right moment, or she would not get her promotion. And Alvi is more faithful to who he is. He's almost the same character. The slight evolution is like he embraces the technology because he sees a baby instead of the technology. So, but it's easier for him. But I think it's always easier for men.
I could not agree more. I could not agree more.
I could see, like, even when I had my child, it was always easier for my husband in a way, because I think maybe we're more neurotic, or we're more invested in the motherhood, and then we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be the perfect mothers or the perfect worker.
Yeah. Well, we're also going through chemical changes as well. So I think
I think we have all those hormones.
100%.
All the things that he's doing when he has the pod actually happened to me when I was pregnant, like forgetting the phone in the fridge, or like all this crazy. Because they say actually a lot of your neurons they migrate to the microbiome when you're pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why you're very forgetful and you have crazy dreams, and so there is a whole change, which I think is wonderful if you embrace it. It's it's not a disease. It's what we're supposed to be doing. And life comes with pain, and the journey it could be painful, but it's also an experience that you will never have. When you give birth, you feel you could die from the pain, but then it makes you stronger. It makes you more resilient. So I think, if for millions of years we've been doing it, why would technology explain us that actually it does it better than us and we shouldn't be doing it? This was the premise. It's like, it's because it would happen. I'm sure it's going to happen. This 100%. Technology will happen. 100%. Probably in like 15 years. Yeah. There's going to be little pods around Park Street.
Well, thank you so much for, again, creating the space. It's a beautiful film. It's so complex. It's a gift to me, and it will be a gift to millions.
So I'm so happy.
Thank you for sharing
so
all
much.
of that. Thank you.